Good morning. How are we today? Thank you for joining in, and I'm so happy to be with you today. Again, that's Friday, and Friday is our recap day. That's where we recap what we spoke about, what we discussed on Monday, and what are we talking about today? We're talking actually about why me, why not me, right? So, today, it's a recap day. And when I say recap, it's we just remember together what we discussed last on Monday, and I will check on you whether you were able to do what I proposed. Were you able actually to not say why me, but say why not me? Because that's what we put as a challenge for us. We agreed that saying always why me can be negative, can be daunting, can lead to depression, to anxiety, because we're not happy with what we are or what we are doing. And so we cannot grow, we cannot achieve. When you're going through challenges, when you're not happy, when you feel that everything that you're doing, there's an obstacle to it, that's stopping you from achieving, from getting, from connecting, from whatever you're planning or you want, then actually it is. It is very daunting. It is sometimes wrecking. You feel that the world has given up on you. But it's not that. Because we know all that evil exists. And that's because there's very little love, unfortunately, and that will be next week's discussion. So next week's topic will be about unconditional love, and I'm so excited to be talking to handle it and to be discussing together. What does it mean? How do we experience it? And what are the things that we can do so we can have actually unconditional love? So let's go back to the topic of today, which is a recap of the Monday booster. Why me? Why not me? Well, I gave you three things. The first thing, I proposed to look around you, but look deeply. Not fall into the trap of, for example, scrolling on social media. And I look, even those who are close to me, my relatives or the people I know, wow, she's so successful. Wow, he is achieving. Wow, he has reached that goal. Wow, wow, wow. And then it's daunting for us. We haven't done anything. We haven't achieved any goal. But no, not this way. Look at other people. The way I want you to actually look at other people, it's checking what were their challenges, what have they gone through, what they are actually going through. Because what we see on the outside is just a facade. It's just the tip of the iceberg, remember? No one wants to publicize their challenges. No one wants to say exactly what they are going through. No one would be happy to say, yeah, I failed, or yeah, I cannot figure this out. However, they're still going through those things. So ask, what did it take you to reach where you reached? How were you able to achieve that goal? What have what did you have to overcome, or who did you have to become? And most of the times you will notice that the answer to this question is actually, I had to say, why not me? And I had to look at this challenge as an opportunity, or I had to close an eye on a certain comment or certain discouragement. Remember, not everyone sees what you're actually going through as a blessing. Not everyone understands your goal. No one, or most of the person, there will always be sometimes exceptions, and they are the blessing. Most of the people will not understand or see the big picture that you can see. They cannot relate They cannot put themselves in your shoes. So that's why they end up either giving bad comments, or they end up discouraging you, telling you, no, that's too far, that's wrong. And then you start saying, why me? Why is all of this happening? Why is no one supporting me? Why? Get out of this rabbit hole. Sometimes it's good to share, it's good to connect, but sometimes you have to look at your challenges by yourself. And only you can understand how you can turn this challenge into something positive. So let me remind you of the 3 people or 4 people that we spoke about last time. We spoke about Nick Vujicic, and Nick Vujicic is the person who is limbless, no hands and no feet, and so he was able to overcome this huge challenge. He was hugely bullied when he was going to school. Imagine yourself now, if you are a teenager, you're going to school. Imagine yourself being challenged this way, being limbless and going to school, not being able to write, not being able to walk. Wow. He was lucky to have very supportive parents that kept him going on until he was old enough, mature enough to know how to transform this challenge, life challenge, into actual blessing. And that's how today he's one of the greatest motivational speakers ever seen. You should actually look him up on the internet. Nick Vujicic. He goes around, especially schools where there's bullying, because he was a victim of bullying. And he goes where people are deprived, where there's difference in social status, because these are the reasons why sometimes, many times, more than we would like, the bullying happens. So that's Nick Vujicic. Then we spoke about Steve Harvey, and I told you that he was living out of his car. He was homeless, but he kept believing in his dream. He didn't say, why I don't have a home. He just kept trying because he had a gift of being someone who is able to make other people laugh. And he kept on trying and calling those producers, trying to go on live shows until he got the break that he needed. Had he said, why me? Probably he would have maybe died homeless. You would have been able to see him today, the man he is, the successful motivator, the successful comedian, the successful showman. He has so many shows, and some are funny, like Family Feud, some other that are more on I forgot the name of the show, where he shows those talented kids, talented people, and it's amazing. And he has a real beautiful core that he can give you an advice almost on everything. That's number 2. Number 3, we spoke about Malala. Or actually, before Malala, I told you about my colleague, Dana Azam. And I have other colleagues. They were with me, we're doing our masters. And so there's Ali Abdel Johnny Tuma, and all 3 of them, those that I mentioned, there are many more, they actually now are professors or working in universities, working on research. I had a dream to do research on cancer and find a cure for cancer, but here I am doing something else. Did I say why me? Initially, yeah. Why me? Why didn't I get accepted in the university? But then I just understood why I didn't get accepted in a PhD program, because I didn't really follow it with all my heart. And I didn't do all that was needed so that I can get into university. I didn't contact enough professors. Then I said, why me? But now I say, thank God, why not me? Because if I had followed that path and I got an entry into university for a PhD program, I wouldn't be in front of you doing this. And I'm sure I wouldn't have been that happy, because that was not my calling. the most amazing, important thing to do is to find your calling. If you don't find it, keep trying. But while you keep trying, just don't just sit back. Otherwise, you will start saying why me and you cannot get out of it, because if you sit back, nothing will happen. You have to be active. You have to be doing things. You have to be trying. You have to be working hard. Keep connecting with people. Keep learning new things. How did I learn about NLP? How did I learn about the structure of intellect program? That's because I was always trying to look at new things, new ideas, how to help people, how to help students, how to help people overcome their blocks. And because I had this in mind, actually, a miracle happened. I got lucky. Some call it luck. But actual luck is when you're working hard and you're putting out to the universe everything. And so the universe starts bringing you back the same and many folds. Remember, every action, there's a reaction, an opposite direction, and with the same strength. And sometimes it can be better. So we spoke about Nick Vujicic. We spoke about Steve Harvey, Jan Azam, and the fourth one was Malala, who got shot at 4 times for speaking out, for 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 trying to defend her cause. I have a problem. I got disconnected. Well, see, I will not say why me, because it happens for a certain reason. Unfortunately, I wasn't live on my other platform, and many of my viewers were waiting for me, and they were not able to listen to what I was sharing. But then I will share the recording here on YouTube. So let's continue. Today I have a new person that I want you to look at. Don't be surprised. It's a shock. Okay? This girl is called Lisa Velasquez. She's someone very special. Lisa, if you look at her, yes, she's ugly and she knows. She doesn't deny it. However, she has an amazing soul. Imagine you. Now you try to close your eyes and imagine. Do you think that do you think that you would be happy? No. That's very hard. That's very difficult to face life like this. And she was greatly bullied. Did she say why me? I'm sure she said for some time. We are human beings. And maybe she still sometime from time to time say it. However, she overcame that why me. And she said, why not me? She now runs anti-bullying campaigns because she knows that bullying is very, very hurtful. So this is Lisa Velasquez. I was giving you examples last time. We spoke about Diana, we spoke about Steve Harvey, Nick Vujicic. I'm just repeating for those who just joined now. And so, all of these people, they were, sorry, there's, okay. All right, sorry, there was a certain issue here. So those people, they didn't say why me, they said why not me. Okay, and this why not me helped them achieve their actual highest potential, what they were maybe born for. Lisa, now she runs anti-bullying campaigns, and she is such a beautiful soul because she overcame the facade and went deep inside. And this is what I want you all to do. And how can we do it? That was the second thing we spoke about. How can we do this? The second thing we spoke about on Monday, and I really hope that you actually did it. The second thing we spoke about is having the attitude of gratitude. Every morning, remember, I asked you to state 5 things that you're thankful for, that you're grateful for having. I'm grateful for having eyes that can see. I'm grateful for having ears that can hear. I'm grateful that I can walk. I'm grateful that I can talk. I'm grateful that I have a device through which I connect with other people. I'm thankful that I go to school. I'm thankful that I have parents. So many things. And the things you're grateful for will change between different people because we don't have all the same circumstances. But no matter what your circumstances are, you will always find something to be thankful for. And remember, another thing I told you to remember, don't try to list more than five things. Then you say, oh, I only have five. No, it's not because you only have five. Because your brain can process only 6 to 7 items at the same time. So at the fifth one, you find it fine. The sixth, you start struggling. The seventh, you're really not struggling so much. I'll give you an example. If you try and think of something you love, you're a fan of, football players, cars, food, anything you're very you're fan about or you love or you know you you gather. Okay, and try to list. For example, let me take a specific example. Let's try to go to remember the names of fruits. You start banana, strawberry, pineapple. I'm starting to struggle. Apple, pears, grapes. See, the brain stops at 6 and then at 7. So, how to overcome this? Write them down. Okay, write those five things you're grateful for, forget them, and the next day you start thinking about other things. At one time, don't try to think about more than five things. Then you think, oh, I don't have more than five things to be grateful for. That's not true. That's just your brain. That's how much it can process at one time. Okay, so number one, let's look around us, the people that are around us, not just look at their successes, look at the story behind their success because they had overcome hurdles, they had overcome big obstacles. Trust me, no one achieves success in a blink of an eye, like overnight. That doesn't exist. Number two, have the attitude of gratitude, be grateful. How many of you tuned in now did this exercise and tried every day to think of five things they're grateful for? Now it's very hard because not the same people are connecting with me every time I'm live. Someone are watching the replay, but ask yourself this question. Now, imagine you're seeing me live if you're not. How many things did you think about every day? Or did you write what you're grateful for? If you haven't, that's too bad. You're not giving yourself the chance to become more positive, achieve more in your life if you are one of those who are stuck somewhere. The best thing, the starting point is to have this attitude of gratitude because there's Dr. Joe Dispenza. Dr. Joe Dispenza, if you haven't heard of him, he's a doctor and he went through also trauma himself. He was he had a huge car accident. He was completely paralyzed, and he was able to heal himself and to walk back. And when he did this, when he understood the power of the brain, then now he can stop talking about it. And he has workshops all over the world teaching people how they can heal themselves, heal others. So it is possible. That's my miracle 25 years ago. That's his miracle. And we call it a miracle because initially we don't know how, but then we understand that the miracle is the brain, our capability. When we have an attitude of gratitude, when we start looking at things on how I can, not how I'm so unlucky or how I cannot. Okay, when you have this attitude, then things start actually working for you. You don't believe it? Hold me to the test. Start being grateful for things in your life, listing five things every day, and saying that today is going to be a very good day, and I'm going to have an excellent day, and you see how things will start changing bit by bit. Then the third thing that I wanted to talk about. So, sorry, I just want to add one thing. Is it's all in the thought. Do you want to start feeling better? Practice. Practice. Train your brain to think positive. Train your brain like maybe, okay, I'm very wealthy would be very hard for you to start with. I am attracting amazing opportunities. Start to train your brain to think in a positive way. Have a positive language. Okay? And when you have this positive language, then you are starting to allow yourself to receive. Remember, action, reaction. Okay? And the second thing, decide what you want to be. Decide. I can't tell you how many times I've seen myself standing on a podium, or not a podium, standing on oh, I'm blocked with words. Anyway, I'm standing in front of a crowd, sometimes a small crowd, sometimes a big crowd. I visualize myself actually talking. And if I hadn't done this, I wouldn't have broken through the fear of, standing in front of the camera or being able to be there and to talk to you. So visualize, train your brain how you want to feel. I want to feel very powerful today. I want to feel excellent. Close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths and start talking to yourself. You'll be talking to your subconscious. Train your brain what you want to be accomplishing. Start seeing yourself 3 years from now, 5 years from now. What do you want to be? Live it. Actually visualize it and feel how it would feel. See what you would see. Hear what you would hear. Maybe people clapping, cheering you. Maybe you'd hear someone tell you, congratulations on that, on achieving that certificate. Maybe you'd hear, well done for that amazing discovery. No matter what it is, when they tell you dream big, they don't explain to you. And you say, oh, that's so cliche. That's not cliche. Really dream big. Thank you very much for your comments. I love, please keep them coming in and do follow me for every day more and more lovely insights. During the week, I give many messages, some in reels, some in posts, and Monday and Friday we connect together so we can connect deeper and understand things and dig really deep. So always talk to yourself. That's what they mean by dream big. When you dream, when you visualize yourself being there, doing it, achieving it, being the person you need to be so that you can achieve. That's why I tell you, why not me? What you are today facing is exactly what you need to face so that you level up to the next level that will allow you to get closer or to achieve your target. When we start looking at our obstacles and challenges this way, wow, the power that we start having. And I'm not talking out of books. I'm talking about experience, talking about all the people that I read about so far. And I can't stop reading because the more I meet people, maybe I cannot meet them personally, but when you read the biography of someone, that's the closest you have to actually meeting them. And if you get to meet them one day, wow, you're lucky. Okay? If I get to meet you one day, wow, I'll be lucky too. So it's your brain. It has immense power. So when you stop saying why me, which is so depressing, so debilitating, and you feel powerless, because when you say why me, you're taking off the power, you're taking out the control from you. So always say why not me? Yes, I'm ready to face this. Maybe take a pause. It's okay to grieve for a bit. Oh, that hurts. Yes, we're human beings. Yes, that hurts. Yes, that person hurt me. Why did they say that comment? Why did they take away this from me? Or why did I lose this person? Why did this person die? Fine. But keep it short. Overcome it. Say, what can I learn from what just happened? I'll tell you about something very quick that happened to me today. I was going up the stairs and I was carrying my bike to reach the station. And for the first time, the front wheel hit the stairs, hit the steps, and I was almost going to tumble down. And so immediately I sat down and the bike fell on my face. And that's why here it looks like I have a bruise. Did I say why me? Oh, it had to happen to me. No, it's just like, Lara, you must be more careful. And if you're overthinking, not when you're doing something that might cause you, might be a risk. It's a lesson. Everything that happens is a lesson. And when you think about them this way, your day can go much easier and more beautiful. So the third thing is how we interpret. what happened to us. So how did you interpret what you experienced this week? Please, please, I beg you, I really beg you, that every week, every Monday, if you can find me at 11 or at 8 p.m. UK time, please join me live. We will be talking about a topic. Like next week, we'll talk about unconditional love. And so I will be giving some tips on how to either handle, go through, understand, interpret what we're going through. And it will be like a challenge for you during the week to actually apply the advice, apply those little tips. And when we come back Friday, we can discuss together how did this week go? Did we actually do? Did we actually try? Was it easy? Do I need something more? Do I need something different? Because we're all different. And the more you give me, the more I can give back. I was very happy to see you today. This is my half hour. I today on TikTok, so I tried to come live, but something happened, and well, if I will share the YouTube recording so you can have the whole session. I promise every time to come half an hour. I thank you for giving me your time. I don't want to take more time from you. Every week, Monday booster, and then Friday recap. I can't wait to see you every week, hopefully, for more to talk about. And please comment on the video if something spoke to you, if you were touched by something. I would love to hear from you. I will see you on Monday and hope you have a wonderful week. Bye bye. Bye bye.